Oh yes, Singapore. Well, after I did my thing in Europe and Germany and Britain, I actually moved on to other places like Singapore. Like I say, Singapore actually was one of my production sites. I believe it was just nothing more than a rock quarry and a granite quarry and basically my old steam sites. Like I say, a lot of these things, when you go back in time, you'll see LS Manufacturing or LC Manufacturing, and that stands for Lucifer Star Manufacturing, basically. And pretty much, like the rock quarries, and basically we just, I dig little chambers and stuff, and later on we started using them for water, but realistically I just love to mine. What can I say? I'm a miner. I love to mine. That's all I did. Mining this, mining that. Other people would build houses out of it. Well, mostly what we would build is textiles. Like I say, for a long time I was selling my stone buildings and selling my this and selling my that. And most people just had people to give. So people would give me their children and stuff like that to take care of them and all that kind of stuff. Also in Singapore, they say it disperses acorns by explosion. And for a while there, we were dynamiting trees just for the fun of it. Like I said, we'd take like 4 sticks of dynamite or 5 sticks of dynamite. And we were trying to get the more potent dynamite. We started adding what's called ammonium nitrate to the dynamite, to the gunpowder, to get it really to blow up. Boom! Yeah, I get that explosion. Anyway, sorry, get that explosion. Anyway, so we would put like 2 or 3 sticks around a tree, and then boom. To get the tree to explode, to cut down trees. So for a while there, I was destroying trees with explosives, basically. That's what claymores were actually designed to do. Really, was pretty much explode trees, like 30 of them or 100 of them, just like boom. Just for fun. Why not? Anyway, so for a while there, we were dynamiting trees and stuff like that, just like shearing them off and all that other stuff. And it's the same thing as chopping with an axe, but hey, it's more fun to use explosives. So we were using explosives in Singapore to dynamite the trees. And also do a lot of other stuff. And we would make sure that the kids wouldn't go in there, set up all the explosives and then boom, explode them. Whole like forest, practically like 160 trees or 200 trees. We would put 3 sticks of dynamite around every single one. And some fuse cord, and then boom! We used quite a bit of fuse cord and quite a bit of dynamite, but it was more fun that way. Achoo. And stuff like that. And one time there was an army or something like that was going to encroach on us, and we set up the forest to explode, and we blew it up. I don't think it was Germans. I don't know who we were fighting, but it's probably the Germans that actually did it. We put dynamite around all the trees, and then when the black people came, boom! Sorry. Yep, that was me. Yeah. The local black people actually thought it was exploding trees or exploding acorns or whatever. So it started a little bit of superstition there with the trees that they could just explode. But basically, what it was they were doing a mass attack on my German or my British people. And they came into the forest, and we had the forest rigged to explode, because we were messing around with trees and stuff, exploding trees, and so we had all the trees wrapped and everything else like that. It was our perimeter defense system actually. And when they wandered in there, the black people were basically just doing they're basically like 160,000 of them were just running around killing people and raping the British and German women. So we set up the forest, they landed, and they started coming up like they normally would to come and rape us and kill us, and basically, well, whole forest. And quite a few black people died that way. I'm sorry, I know, but hey, the black people were bad. Besides, I mean, you could turn on the radio and you'd hear on the radio, "We are a plague! We are coming for you!" And it was basically Mr. Brown and Harleman Wolf basically speaking to the mic, sending his black warriors out to the world to kill all the Germans and all the and all the jewel people and everyone else. Anyway, so they entered the forest, and well, we got about 150,000 of them, or 50,000 of them, basically. I wasn't proud of it, but you know, there was like 3,000 or 6,000 of us or more, maybe 100, maybe 75,000 of us, and basically 80,000 of them or more. And you know, and it happened in three different points in time when the blacks came to basically kill all the whites and all the Germans and the Irish, and well, they had swords and knives and some muskets and some other weapons, and they didn't think that we had rigged. They didn't know we had rigged the trees. So anyway, yeah, Singapore. Then, as they say, we got the hell out of there. We got the heck out of there. Abandoned all the steam equipment, all the steel, everything. You know, they just wanted the steel, and they were just going to rape us and kill us. So we rigged the trees, and there's probably a logbook of this saying we rigged the trees. Not that it'll do much good or something like that, and we covered it up. And then when the black people came in to kill us, you know, we blew it. Wait until they were good and in the forest, and then boom, 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 boom. And there wasn't much, you know. It's sad, and it's basically Holocaust, but I mean, they were going to rape, and they had knives, and they were going to rape and kill everyone. And there's more of them than there was of my people. So my people had dynamite and TNT and fuses. So anyway, and then we evacuated and ran. But you know, just to cut down their numbers. So anyway, I know the black people will hate me forever for it, and I'm not too proud of what we had to do. But it's something that had to be done, and it was a choice that had to be made, and I made that choice. You know, when they got to the houses, when they got to the walls, they were going to climb in, and rape and kill every man, woman, child there. They had no regard for laws or anything other than knife and kill. So anyway, so it was them or us, as they say. And that's what happened in Singapore. Yeah, anyway, there's a logbook about it somewhere. Rigging the trees and stuff like that. That kind of trick only works once, though. But it worked on them twice, as they're seeking vengeance. And it was basically just Harlem and Wolf, Mr. Brown. Bunch of fat black people. Anyway, though, yeah. Anyway, British, Irish, and Germans. All together, you know, the white race. So that's what happened in Singapore long ago. Eventually they picked through the stuff and stripped as much metal and made more knives as they could. And it was my stone quarry. It was my land. It was my town, my city. And my people evacuated or died. They held the ground as long as they could, and then, well, they weren't going to stop coming. So we had to group up, and I think we grouped up into China. Anyway, yeah. That's how the white people lived. Anyway, the Chinese Empire I had helped quite a bit. And, you know, like I say, as my people's numbers dwindled, you know, I mean, it's unfortunate. But that's what it's like fighting a war.